Good morning and welcome to week 6 of developmental psychology. And we are talking today about, just to review in week 5, where I had to, I gave you that discussion about binge drinking. This really fits in with what we've been talking about, identity, with adolescence, and the development of identity, and now we're getting into the transition between adolescence and young adulthood. It's one of the things we tend to think of this as being kind of the middle of our lives, the transition between adolescence and adulthood, and it's really not. Remember, like I've said before, 80% of your life is spent as an adult. Adolescence and childhood is really about kind of figuring out who we are, the vessel, and filling the vessel is the other 80% of our lives. 4/5 of your life is spent using that identity, employing that identity, interacting with other people. And so one of the aspects or factors in our culture that we would say is important in the formation of our identity and making that transition into adulthood is college. America loves college, is that which separates us from between adolescence and adulthood. So here we have a discussion about, this is one of the many of the issues of having to do with college, binge drinking or college drinking. You know what? I'll put my notes down here. Need them. But, many of you had very great analyses of this issue. I just wanted to mention a couple of them again. I'd just like to try to point out everybody something you say that's really good. I enjoyed what Terry Ann said about that transition, and particularly that here you are as a college student, you're sitting there in this, like workshop on binge drinking, and it's easy to say, oh no, no, not me. But then you get into that personal time, and it's another matter, because it's easy when we're one-on-one with ourselves to say, well, I can handle that, and this is just to have fun or whatever. Shiva, among others, pointed out something really good, that drinking in itself is a symbol of freedom, and in this light, it's a rite of passage. The first time you get drunk, the first time. Why, though, did we choose that as really the symbol of freedom or the symbol of adulthood? That's an ironic thing, because in a way, it's not showing how responsible we are; it's showing how irresponsible we are. Nicole made a very good point that maybe one of the things that we can do about this drinking problem is start drinking earlier and drink as part of your normal interaction with your parents, because your parents would be, I suppose they would have your best interest at heart, and so they would help you to learn to use drinking responsibly. Where faith, you said something that was somewhat the opposite. You seem to point out what we need to do is less drinking and have a stronger presence of enforcement on college campuses. I'm not really sure how to do that, but it's an interesting philosophy, and I think that as adults in America, we do find that there are any issue that some people think of as being immoral, or at least an issue that we need to address in some way. There are those who feel like the government should have, or some aspect of the government should have, more enforcement. And then there are those that a lot of people who don't feel that way, who feel that it's not more enforcement we need, but more personal responsibility, and people need to learn how to make better choices. I think we'll always find that with issues. It's a good thing. Congratulations on being able to discuss an issue in which people may not really agree with one another, but doing it respectfully. Um, that is, well, that's rarer and rarer these days, but I'm really proud of you that you're able to do that. Keep doing that, because that's really going to bring about great change in this country. And I hope y'all have a great 6th week. Man, we're rolling down to the end of this class, and take care of yourselves, and I hope you enjoy.